Hi everyone, it's Leslie, and today I'm going to show you how to make a little bead cap to go over a round bead. A lot of times I make these with size 15 beads and an 8mm Swarovski crystal like this. It's a little cap. In order to show you how it works, I'm going to do one slightly larger today, so it'll be made with size 11s. To go over a 10mm bead. So basically what it is 3 leaves or petals that sit on top of a bead through a head pin. And it makes a little kind of a cap, so you have a sort of a little blossom for an earring. So let's see what I have here. I've got 10mm check crystal bead, I've got ear wires, I've got a couple of head pins, I've got size 11 seed beads, I've got a number 10 needle, and about an arm's length of, let's see, KO beading thread in green. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is pick up 7 beads. We're going to make each of these petals and then connect them as we go. So we're going to start with 7. Give yourself a nice tail because you'll kind of be holding on to that. And so to make the tip of the little petal, you're going to skip 3 and go through the 4th bead. So it's going to make a little 3 bead top like that. Then peyote 1. Can you see that? So you've got the 3 beads at the top. 1, 2, 1, and 1 on the bottom. Now add 1 more bead and go through the bottom of the last bead. So we're going to, it's going to look like this. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Then what we're going to do is peyote around this little shape. That's why you need your tail to hold on to. So for the first row around, we'll do 1, 2, 3, and you're going to put 1 between those little tip beads. So that's 3, 1, 2, 3, and then do 3 down the other side. 1, 2, 3. So now you've got 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, and there's 3 on the top. This time, when we go peyoting around, we're going to do 2 beads in each side. 1 here, 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 and here. So take your thread up to the other side. Just think about this going round and round and filling in the spaces. This time we'll do 2. 1, 2. Now go through those other 2 beads at the top to get to the other side. Just go through them. And peyote 2 and go through the 2 beads at the bottom. When you pull on that thread, it will start to cup a little bit. We're going to do one last row, and we're going to put one bead on each side. We're going to go through all the other beads. So you're going to go through 3 beads to get to the other side. Peyote in 1. And go through all 5 of those beads at the top. Peyote 1 and go through those 3 beads at the bottom. And if you pull it tight, you'll end up with a little cup. Like this. Now you're going to see this again because I'm going to stay with you for this, because the next 2 petals we're going to do are going to connect to this one. So the way to think about this is, for the next petal you're going to leave a bead as sort of a spacer between, and pick up another 7 for the next petal. So that's 8 total. 6, 7, 8. Okay. Pull those down next to the first petal. You're going to do the same thing. Count 3, go in the 4th bead, make that little tip again. Peyote 1, and we're going to do the same thing we did before. There's going to be 2 beads, but ignore this one. That's going to be a connector bead. Pick up 1 bead and go up to reach the other side. And push the bead with your thumb so it sits right. You're going to have the same situation, 2, 1, 2, 1, and then 3 on the top. You might have a little bit of loose thread, that's okay. It'll be easy to pull it tight in just a minute. So do those 2 peyotes on one side, and this is the moment to pull it tight. Give it a tug. So that's what it will look like. Do the 3rd one on that side. And again, do 1, 2, 3 peyote on this side. Okay. Go up 2 beads to get back to the other side. Now we're going to connect these 2 petals together. There's your connector bead in the middle, right here. I've got 2 beads on this petal, and there are 2 matching beads on the previous petal. You want to go through those 2 beads, push the connector down into the middle, and you'll see how they're sitting next to each other. 2 beads, and there's the connector bead. Go up through the 2 beads to get back to your second petal, and continue sewing around. So you're going to have 2 peyote, 1, 2, and go through those 3 at the top. One, 2, and go through those 2 at the bottom of the petal. So that second petal is coming along. And you'll go through the 3 beads to get back to the other side, to go around. And this is the last row of this. Peyote 1, go through the 5 beads at the top. And the 3 beads down to go back to the center and again pull it tight and it will cup like the first. Now we've got 2 petals and 1 connector bead in the middle. We're going to do the same thing for the 3rd petal. You're going to pick up 7 for the petal and 1 connector bead, so 8. 8. We're going to do exactly the same thing. 1, 2, 3, go into the 4th bead. Peyote stitch 1. You'll have 2 beads, 1 the connector bead, on the bottom of the row. Go up to get to the other side of your petal. Ignore that connector bead. Line it up. And again, peyote 1 and 2. This is a good place to pull a little bit. Pull it tight, the tension. Going the right way. Okay. We're getting the hang of this now. Peyote 1, 2, 3. Again, we're going to connect this petal to the one before. So you're going to go through the 2, line them up. Got the connector bead in the middle, 2 beads from the previous petal. We'll line up with 2 beads of the new petal. Go through those 2 beads on the old petal and back to petal number 3. Turn it around so you can see it. Now they're connected. Got 2 connector beads sitting in the middle. Peyote again, 2, 1, 2 on this side. Two on the second side. Go back up 3 on the first side and put your last one in. Go through the 5 at the top. That's the 5th one. And down through the 3, pull it tight to make it cup again. So you've got 3 petals. Okay, so the last thing we need to do is connect the first petal to the 3rd petal. So you're going to pick up 1 connector bead, line these 2, the 1st and 3rd petal up together. First two beads on each petal. Connect those 2 together. Okay, so we've got our 3 petals and our 3 connector beads. There's 1, 2, 3. I'm going to pull them up there, get a look at them. Now we're going to put 1 bead in between each of the connector beads. So there they are in a little triangle. 1, 2, 3. I've got 6 beads in a little circle. I like to go through them twice. Okay, and then tie off that thread. Go down through a few beads. In one petal, cross your threads, come back up, and you can cut that off. Now it's kind of mushed here, but there it is. You've got your 3 petals ready to sit on top of a bead. You put the head pin through and then make a loop. Now, if you want to do what I've done here with size 15 beads, you can do it. I really don't like doing it because it's really small, but you should use a size 13 needle and some size B or 0 Nymo beading thread, because you need a really thin thread for this. And it is very taxing on the eyes. The effect is really pretty, but it also looks nice with size 11s like this. Post some pictures, let me know if you have any questions, and thank you for watching.